Hello. Firstly, thank you for choosing to purchase your new caravan from MG Caravans. This video is designed to be a quick handover of the main appliances in the caravan. Hopefully it explains the majority of things. We will be on hand if you have got any queries, need any extra help, then please just ask. So we'll start on the outside. You'll note that in the front locker of the caravan you've got the bulkhead fitted regulator. The tail that comes off is designed to obviously be fitted to your gas bottle, and then you control the gas bottle on and off on top of the bottle itself. On the outside here we've got the water intake inlet just there, so you plug in your hose, pop that into the barrel, and away you go. We'll show you on the inside how everything runs in there. You've got the flue for the boiler, so when you're using that on gas you just want to pop that cover off like it is now. When you're on mains, in storage, in transit, all of that, then you fit that cover on and you leave it in situ. Now we've obviously got leisure battery on board, your mains lead input just there, and then the battery isolation for the motor mover just underneath there. Fridge vents obviously in situ there. You can get winter covers if you're going to be using the caravan all year round. It gets a bit chilly or a bit drafty. You can buy retrofitted covers that can fit over the outside of those. On the outside here we've also got the external main water outlet points, so there's one for the washroom, one for the kitchen area, so that's those. Then in regard to the toilet, so you've got your flush just at the top here, so that's designed to put fresh water and pink chemical in that one. The bottom is your waste cassette, so there's a little orange lever. Lift that up, as long as the trap's closed inside, lift the orange lever up, take the cassette out, empty the waste as needed. Then before you pop it back, put a bit of blue chemical in it. Some people prefer to do that once the cassette's back in and just open the trap and pop it down there, just obviously following the instructions on the bottle. Just go around the caravan. We'll run through the hitching up and stabilising procedure with you in person. So coming into the caravan, underneath the bed box here is your main power supply unit. So you've got all your fuses, which are all labelled here, RCDs, test switch, and then the switches along the top here. So when you first get into the caravan, it's important to switch your shutdown switch on. We would generally leave the charger switch on all the time, because then as soon as you are connected to the car, it's going to be charging. As soon as you plug your mains lead in, you're going to be charging up. If you're going to be using either the water heater or both, water heater and space heater on mains electric, then you'll need to switch those on as well. Also to note, underneath this bed at the front here, you've got the drain valve for the water heater. So when you have finished using the caravan, we'll recommend just popping that valve up like it is at the moment. That will drain all the water from the system, so you're not going to get any water stagnating in the system, and most importantly, when it gets to winter, you're not going to have the issues of frost damage. So in regard to draining, just lift that valve up and then open up your taps as well to let the air through, and that will drain all the water from the system. Once you've followed that procedure, you can then go above the door and switch your power on just at the top there. So when you're plugged into mains, you'll get a little green light there. It's just showing that we're running on the leisure battery at the moment. And then you can also view your levels on here as well. What you can do is then, once your water pump's connected on the outside and you've closed that drain valve down, you just press the water pump switch. Then obviously go to the tap furthest to the back of the caravan, bleed all the air through the cold, then bleed all the air through the hot, which will obviously take a few minutes because you've got approximately 10 litres of air in your hot water tank. And then you're ready to go. So we've already said that in regard to using the water heater on mains electric, you've got that switch on top of the PSU. So that is your on and off switch for the boiler on mains. You've got the option to use the boiler on gas if you want. It won't run on both together. So if you're going to be running it on gas, just make sure the mains is switched off on the PSU. You then want to make sure that that flue cover is off on the outside. Then you go to this unit here. So the boiler is called the Ultra Store. So that's here. So all you do is you flick that grey collar round to the picture of the flame. You'll get a green light come up and you'll hear it clicking in the front bed. You then just adjust the thermostat like so. And that's that really. And the benefit of using the water heater on gas is that you have got a thermostat. If you're running it on mains, it's just either really hot or off. Now, in regard to using the heating on mains, you've got that switch on the PSU, which we've seen already. So if you want to use the heating on mains, switch on that switch and then you go to this control panel here. So this is your thermostat. So first of all, you want to decide if you're going to be using the, if you're restricted at all with your power supply. So if you are, then you're going to be switching it downwards, either to the 500 watts or the 1 kilowatt just down there. If you're not restricted, then most sites in the UK, you'll be fine at 2 kilowatts, which is just around there. So once you've selected that using the grey collar around there, you can then adjust your thermostat, which is this one, just around here. Again, the heating can be used on gas rather than mains if that's what you want to do. So you'll just need to make sure that that thermostat is switched off, and then the button underneath on the PSU is also turned off. Once you've done that, you then look at the top here. So if you're going to be using the heating on gas, you just literally turn this collar around. It's got an electric ignition, so you hear it clicking. Push this down to release the gas. Once you hear it stop clicking, that means it's lit. Once it's lit, hold it down for a few more seconds and release the knob, and then it will stay lit. You can, if you get the pilot light within your site through this like little viewing point there, you can see the pilot light. The clicking run is obviously the igniter. Now it's important to note that the igniter runs on a little AA battery. Now that is tucked under here. There's a little igniter box with an AA battery on it. Ordinarily on the annual service check that would be changed, but it's just important that you know that that is there. Now when you're using the heating on gas or mains, it's important to note the fan. So particularly when you're using the heating on mains electric, you need to make sure that you are running this fan. If you don't run the fan, then you run the risk of burning out the element on the heater. Now, so the fan is just here. You've got the option of having the fan on constantly, which is this side here, so you just slide this along, or you've got it on automatic. So automatic, it will kick in and kick out as it kind of needs it, and then the speed of the fan is this knob just around here, like so. So it's pretty simple. You've got the fridge just opposite. So on and off is that button there. You need to let it load up, let it fire up as it needs. We haven't got mains electric on, so that's why you're getting this full code on here. So basically you've got function, battery, gas, mains. So battery is obviously off of your car battery, not your leisure battery. So the power supply from the battery on your car will be enough to keep the fridge cold, but it won't ever be able to draw enough to get it cold. So it's important to bear that in mind. It's self-lighting, so as long as you've got it set to gas, like so, it will light and it will work itself out like that. And then your thermostat is just on the side here, and then we can switch it off like so. Grill, oven, hob all uses the igniter button at the front here. It's very important that you get into the habit of, if you are going to be using anything in this area, you just want to make sure that you lift this hob lid all the way up. We have some people that decide to put rolls of kitchen roll or something, store it behind, and it doesn't allow that glass lid to go all the way back. But there's basically a safety shut-off valve in there, so if that glass lid isn't all the way up and back, then it won't light. So just have that in mind. You've obviously got one electrical burner at the back there, so that will only work if you've got mains electric. On that thread also you've got your microwave, which again only works if you have mains electric. Going into the washroom, the cassette toilet has got an electric flush, so you've got your waste opening trap, that little grey lever just at the bottom there, so open and close the toilet trap like that, and then the cassette flush is just at the top there. You've got a roof mounted digital aerial. The amplifier is just in here. At the top left hand side, that's where the on and off switch is. And then if you want to raise and adjust the aerial, you can do so using that knob on there. You just need to remember to bring it all down before you tow the caravan away. And then you can adjust the angle, so the actual aerial can move like this, and you do this via this knob here. And then the adjusting up and down can be done via this knob on there. Hopefully that's everything. If you have got any questions, then we are on hand, so please just ask us and we can run through anything further with you. Main thing is just enjoy your new caravan, and thank you very much for choosing to purchase it from MG Caravans. Thank you.